It's that time of year again. I go to CES 2020. Here we go. And of course, I've changed up my video gear just a little bit. We've got a whole table full of stuff here that I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, how I'm going to use it to get the content that you so crave for CES and all my video content for the next 365 days. We're going to do that on Geekazine next. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek, you got me, and we're here. I'm ready to go to Vegas for CES 2020. Of course, I've been going for, this will be my 11th year, I think it is, going to this event, and this has been a powerhouse. If you are in the tech space and you want to find out the new products, you go to CES. That's one of the major trade shows that you have to go to really get in deep and actually connect with some of the companies out there that are making the products. Companies like Samsung, like LG, like Intel, like oh gosh, I could go on and on with a whole bunch of lists and a whole bunch of companies you might have never heard of before, because they start at this trade show sometimes, and then they grow from there. And the next thing you know, by this time next year, I'm talking about all these other stuff, these other products like Huawei and TCL and Vizio and let's see, we got Sony, we got Canon, you get the idea. This CES has grown to an amazing size. I couldn't cover it before, and now it's just so big, you still can't cover it. It's got something for everybody. If you're into blockchain stuff, there's a whole area for blockchain. I believe that's on the CES North side. I'll be spending a lot of time on CES South, where the convention center is, where the South halls, the Central halls, and the North halls, the Sands Convention Center and the Venetian. That's where some of the content, where some of the new starting companies and the tech from other countries are going to be, and I'm going to be covering that as well. And then of course you have CES West and CES East. It's just amazing, and I'll try and cover as much as I can. It starts off with CES Unveiled and then snowballs from there, and it's just an amazing week. So you got to have the gear to cover the whole thing, and that's what I'm putting together. Now, the best part about this is gear has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. I remember the first year I went, we had cameras. Literally, I think the camera that we brought was the size of all this gear that I'm going to show you today. So that's pretty cool that we shorten it out. Now, as you can see, Bell's palsy has struck me again. I had this back in 2016, so I'm kind of used to it, but I was about 3 months into my Bell's palsy on this side of my face when things happened. This just happened last week. So this is going to make it a little bit tougher to do video, but I'm going to do the video like I did back in 2017, more off camera, and go from there. But I have a lot of great ways to stay on camera, do roving reporter and stuff like that. It's just amazing. So I'm going to show you that. First of all, hey, if you haven't gone over to Geekazine, go over to geekazine.com, where you can find everything, the latest on Geekazine, 5 last-minute Christmas gifts for the last-minute thrill shopper. We got a lot of reviews and a lot of products. My trips to South Korea, it's just been amazing. And of course, if you go over to youtube.com/Geekazine, you can go and you can see that little subscribe button right there. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. There's a bell notification that lets you know when the next videos come out. We've got the 24/7 live channel that's running 24/7. Yeah, 24/7. So check that out. And of course, it's also on the corner here at geekazine.com. You can definitely do it. Now, this is part of the CES 2020 video gear area, so we will be going through all this. I have this all set up. I have affiliate links in the show notes, so you can go right to the product to purchase it. And of course, when you do that, that supports Geekazine, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you very much for supporting Geekazine at these times of need, when I'm going out and creating content for you guys. And I love to do that. I want to do that. I want to continue to do that for you. All right, let's get into this gear here really quick. Now, like I said, it's going to look like a lot. In fact, I'll show you right here. It's a lot. But like I said, it's a lot smaller than what it used to be. And the best part about this is it's going to give me so many awesome shots, so many awesome angles that it's amazing the content that you'll see from here. Now, I've been using these cameras for about the last 3 to 6 months, depending on what I've gotten. And each device has grown into my arsenal so much and made my videos feel so much different. It's just amazing. We've got small gimbal cameras, we got 360 cameras, and of course we got the microphones to really go through this also. Let's go through the list here and show you what I am going to have for CES 2020 and beyond. That also means NAMM, that's the North American Music Merchants. That means South by Southwest. That means any trade show that I go to this next year, I'll be bringing part, if not all, of this gear with me. So let's get into it. And we're going to start by showing you the one camera that is actually doing its job right now, and that is this one right here. This is, hi, how's it going right here? This is the Sony FDR AX700. I bought this camera 2 years ago. It's still one of the top of the line Sony 4K cameras. It is a durable camera. It is a powerful camera. It is an awesome camera. This is what I use to get a lot of my content in the last couple of years, and it sets down, it records, it does the job, and then I pull it off at the end of the day, and then of course we produce it down using Adobe Premiere Pro and to get you content out there. So the AX700 has a lot of things that these other cameras that I'm going to show you in a minute don't have. The biggest one being the optical zoom. So I can be in the back of the room. Let's say I'm there for a press conference and I want to get a tight shot of the product that they're going to show. I can actually zoom from the back of the room to the front and actually get a good tight shot. In fact, I could do it here. We could zoom it in a little bit. See, I'm zooming in. I can zoom back out and get you something a little bit more than what these cameras can do. So this is detrimental for that. Plus, it's also got a lot of auto and manual features to it. So I can adjust the iris, I can adjust the shutter speed. So if I'm in a very bright room, I can fix it so it doesn't, the white balance doesn't burn out on you, and we can have a really nice shot, kind of just like this one right here. So it's a great camera. It is a little bit pricey, but the best part, there's great parts about it, and I'm going to talk about it with the audio here, and we'll do that in a minute. So let's continue on. That's the first one here. I'll use it not as much, but it will be in my bag. This is the Sony FDR AX700. All right, so I was at CES 2019, and they showed this little puppy right here, and the second that I saw it, I knew I had to have it. DJI makes great 3-axis gimbals, and they had the Osmo, which is a camera actually on a gimbal, which is really nice. And then they have, of course, the gimbal that you can put your iPhone or your Android phone on, and that's a really nice one. But I wanted something small, compact, and separate, and that's what this is right here. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket. It is super small. You can see how small it is right here. Look at that. Oh my god, it's just amazing. Literally, with this case, it's a nice hard case. It fits into my pocket, so I can have it with me all the time. And when I need to pull it out, I just pull it out. It has the ability to connect to my iPhone, so I could actually live stream if I wanted to. It has a lot of other cool abilities, but the stabilization is amazing. And now with the firmware update, I can actually put on the fisheye lens, which I really want to use, and turn it on. Because before you had to turn it on, let it calibrate, and then put the lens on. But now I can actually put it on and turn it on, and it will calibrate with lens. Couple additions to this, and the first one is this one. It's the extension rod. This is what really makes it the powerhouse that I think it is. It's a little selfie stick, yeah, I know, but it is also the ability to walk around like this with a stabilized video, and I can walk around and I can talk to people on the show floor, and convey my ideas, my thoughts, where we're going. We can do booth tours a lot easier than with the big Sony camera. And the best part is the controls are down here. I can put my phone right here if I wanted to, but I can also control it right here. So it basically snaps in. We have to take off the main dongle part, which I don't use anyway, and then you just basically slide it into here. And when I turn it on, it'll connect up and turn on and go from there. And I have all the button controls. I can actually move around the gimbal if I want to with the joystick, and I basically flip it this way. And now I could be recording myself if I want to. In fact, I will record myself right now in a full 4K 60 frames per second, just like I'm doing with this video right here. And with face tracking, I can put in face tracking to bring it in. I can put this on my tripod or my monopod and actually use this as a standalone camera, so I can step away from the camera, do the interview at a distance, and come back. But then I can do close-up shots and flip this around, and then turn around and go and take a look at some of the cool products that we have here on the table. So let me just scan that really quick and go from there. Like I said, the 3.5 millimeter jack, I can actually put in a boom mic, I can put in my wireless mic, and have a more powerful system from here. The only downfall to this camera is that the battery is internal and cannot be replaced. It would be nice to have that, because then I could charge up 2 or 3 batteries and have it ready. I'm always going to have this thing charging when I'm not using it. So, but in all, this is an awesome little camera to have. I've been using it for so many different things. It's amazing. And then once again, I can connect up my iPhone to it, and I can use the iPhone and bring this up overhead and then use that as a viewfinder, which is awesome as well. Next up on the list is my first 360 camera. I had a 180 camera before, and it was nice, but this one has just completely amazed me. I am not happy with their support. I will tell you this right now. I did have another one break. It fell on the ground, and this lens broke. Now, for this kind of camera, they have accessories where you can shoot it off in the air and spin it around in the air. So when it drops and breaks, and then they tell you that there's a 30-day wait to get it fixed, that's a problem I have. However, the product is so awesome. It's just I needed it. This is part of my thing. And of course, there are other 360 cameras out there, like the GoPro Hero, Theta 4K and stuff like that. But this has the flow state stabilization, which I've been using immensely for a lot of walkthroughs. When I was in Korea and I went to some of these events, I would actually put this on this thing right here, which is called the invisible selfie stick. And you just basically turn it on right there, and then you extend it out like that. You can't see the whole thing, but I could have this like right here, and I can turn it on, put it on video mode, hit here. It's doing 5.7K. Now that's only at 30 frames a second, but I can zoom in on my camera. I can go up right here. You can kind of see my lights and everything like that. I can do a 360. I can do a small planet view. Yeah, I got a little bit messy studio right now, but as you can see, I can do 360 video. And look right here. Just try and look at my hand. See, do you see the selfie stick at all? No, it's not there. It's not there. So that is the Insta360 Onex, which is an amazing little camera. That what I'll do with it is I'll make flybys. It'll look like I actually have a drone going through CES. That's how amazing that this thing is. And I can do shots of me walking the hall, or I can do shots of products. I can get overhead. So when there's a whole bunch of people looking at a specific product, I'll have this overhead, just really getting a good shot of it. And this is amazing. I got to put this back in the case so I don't break it. I highly recommend also not only getting the selfie stick, but also getting that protective case. So if you do drop it, it doesn't break the optics. And you know, that can get pretty expensive to fix. Next up, my friends at Litra gave this to me back at Cinegear, and I've changed my lights because of this. Now, I had a light that was a little bit bigger than this, and I have other LED lights like this one, which I will be taking as a backup, but this is going to be my main camera light. This is the Litra Pro HD. It runs at 3000 Kelvin all the way up to 6000 Kelvin. It's got a dimmer feature on it. It is Bluetooth controlled, so I can control it from my phone. So let's say I put this light up in the rafters, I can control it as I go. And then of course it's also USB powered, so and waterproof. But with the USB, all I have to do is open up the little door here, plug in a cable to a USB battery or something like that, and it could stay on for hours. And I have had this stay on for hours. In fact, my live streams in Korea, I've been using this light for illumination of the interviews. So it's an amazing little light. It's about $217, but well worth it. And of course, you can also get adapters. You can get the barn doors. You can get a soft box. You can get honeycomb and diffuser filters and a whole bunch of other stuff for this light right here. And the best part is, like with the DJI right here, I can actually slide it right in, and then I have a light right on the camera. All right, let's get into sound a little bit. And I'm bringing, I bought this a couple of years ago, and once again, I'm super impressed with it. The Sony P03D. This is a dual lav wireless pack, which means that I can do left signal, right signal. So if they're talking, I'm talking. I can have that separate and then bring it together in post, or I can just merge it together. I also have a option to put on a boom microphone. So I can put one wireless over there, one wireless over there, the boom mic in center, and get a full stereo sound, binaural sound. It's amazing. The shoe is awesome because when I put it onto my Sony AX700, the shoe actually acts as the connectors, and it puts it in, and then the audio comes from here. There's no wires involved. However, with DJI, I will need wires for it, so I'll end up taking off the shoe from there, and then I still got to find a way to attach it to here. But then I'll have wireless coming from the DJI with the adapter, and that is what's really cool about this. It's also battery operated, but if you get rechargeable batteries for your device, once again, there is the ability to charge and use an external battery for power. Now, when you have it connected up to the Sony AX700, it actually powers it, so you don't even have to have batteries in the P03D. But when I use it for the DJI, I will need batteries for it. And of course, dual lav packs. The best part about that is I put it on at the beginning of the day. I don't have to mess with handheld microphones. I can go totally hands-free, which is awesome. I love doing that because then I can really give you an idea. I can get a hands-on approach on things. You know, I can grab something, I can go, this is awesome, I'm looking at it, I can feel it, as opposed to having a microphone and trying to hold and try and do a whole bunch of stuff. So an amazing thing. This is, once again, this is a little bit more expensive, but it's well worth it. You get this separate for about $570, and then you get the lav packs. You got to get the appropriate lav packs and make sure that you're on the right wireless frequency that doesn't interrupt any FCC frequency, emergency frequencies, or else you'll get in trouble. Once you get that all set up, you can go and do one-on-one interviews, and it's just amazing. It's a great product. I've been using it for the last couple CESs. I expect this to work just as well. And now a little time to make my face a little easier. Okay, I feel better. Yeah. All right, here we go. The other microphone that I'm going to use is this right here. It's the Sennheiser MKE400. Now, I was in South Korea. I usually have the Rode Pro mic, which is a great microphone. I don't have any problems with it. But when I was in South Korea, I forgot it, and I had to go out and get another microphone. I ended up buying this boom microphone. It's amazing, $100 microphone. And of course, you can put a dead cat on it if you wanted to, change out the filter. But the one reason why I'm taking this over the Rode is simply the size. This is about half of the size of the Rode. And now that I'm making my gear a little bit smaller, I want to make sure that it coincides with this. Now, the other thing about this is, once again, just like with the light, I can actually put this onto the DJI like this, and then I can have the shotgun from there. So I can do interviews just like that. So you can, I think you can see that. There we go. So and with this smaller, the Rode was a little bit bigger, so it would actually get into the shot more. This gets into the shot a lot less. And if I have the light and the, because I got an adapter that also puts the light here and the microphone down a little bit, and it'll make for a great shot with lighting and with sound, and that's just amazing. Now I can do that, or once again I can use the wireless, and I've got all these options. But if I'm doing a lot of gun and running, which is basically recording and then going to the next thing, this works a lot better than actually wiring somebody up. So the Sennheiser MKE400, great microphone. Once again, the Rode Pro is also a great microphone, but it's just the size that the reason why I'm going to take this one this year. If I do any live streaming, this is where this one comes in. Let's switch it over here. This is the device right here. This is the Webcaster X2. I used it last year, and I used it for my Facebook Lives interviews, and it was amazing. When I went to NAMM, I did the same thing. And when I go out, when I try to, even if I use my computer, I will port it through here to send it out through the wireless, because I feel that, you know, you don't want to tax your computer too much with everything, especially with video. And so I bring it in here, and it'll send it out to my Facebook. It'll send it out to my YouTube. It even has options to send it out to multiple live stream areas, which is amazing. Now, the two coup de grace. So first of all, I got a better antenna. This is, I think that's 5 decibel antenna, which I could put my little Geekazine flag on the top here. But the other thing right here, and I have this all in the show notes over on geekazine.com. This little device is awesome because this is meant to actually put your tablet on one end and your phone on the other end. However, I can put this right on one end. Let's see, let's do it right. Okay, there we go. On this end. And then I have, this is my tough tested 8,000 milliamp battery, which is amazing. I'll have a cord that'll go from here to here, and then I'll put it like right there. So now I can do wireless right from this box, powered from here. I can also power other things with this device. It's got a carabiner to it, so I can kind of clamp it on so it doesn't fall off, because I have had it fall off in the past. I have a full live stream system for you for events and interviews that I want to get out to you guys right away. So follow me on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Geekazine, of course, youtube.com/Geekazine. And of course, let me know how much you want me to live stream. If there's a product out there that you want me to go look at, let me know. Tweet at me at Geekazine, all that other stuff. Think Magazine, put in a geek. One more device here, and this is just this is not as much on the video. For my live streaming, yeah, this is a great item. I've talked about this in the past. I love this little device right here. GL.iNet made a small personal router for your travel, so you can connect up more than one computer. Because I remember at times you could only connect up one thing to the hotel Wi-Fi. And sometimes you'd have your phone and your computer and your iPad or whatever device, and you wanted to connect it up. And sometimes I can even connect up a wireless camera onto here and have a camera in my room just sending out signal if I want to see if anybody's in my hotel room. You don't have to do that, but you can. It's got the availability for VPN. I'm sorry, let me say that. VPN. It's got the ability for a little bit of security, so you can set this up. When I was in South Korea, I was using my old iPhone 7 as a camera source, and then I was using it to wirelessly go to my Wirecast on my computer to do the live stream. It's an amazing little box. I highly recommend it, and it's relatively cheap. It's under $50. The best part about this is you can also turn this into a repeater. So when you're at home, you can plug this in, and you basically USB 5-volt plug-in. You can plug it in and put it in the living room or something like that. Set it up as a repeater to your main Wi-Fi, and you just increased your signal strength. Small enough for travel, puts right in the bag. It's an amazing little device. I highly recommend, if you do a lot of travel, you should get this box right here. It was an Innovation Award winner at CES 2019. It is the GL.iNet Slate. An amazing little product right there. once again, and I will be taking the iPhone 7 with me. That's going to round out the whole package right here of all this device. All these devices, of course, the handles, we got my Sarui monopod, which I've been using for the last couple of years. An amazing little product that allows me to set down the camera and it doesn't take up too much space. I'm bringing this one right here. The brand is called Photo Pro, but you can get it on Amazon, and it's got bendable legs, so I can put it on a tabletop or I can bend it around. I've got another small tripod for this one right here, so I can also put it on a tabletop if I want to, but I can also screw it onto my monopod to really get some good height off of this. So with all of this, I'm going to do overhead shots with this. I'm going to do one-on-one interviews with the camera that I'm using right now. I can do time lapses with this, or I can do one-on-one interviews with this camera, and I don't have to break my back getting the content that you like, and hopefully I'll get a lot more content going from there. Now, what do you think? Are you going to CES 2020? If you are, comment below, let me know. Let's get together, let's talk about it. Maybe we can do some collaborations. Maybe we can work together and get some great content. If you want to help out Geekazine, I'd appreciate it much. Need writers to write the content. Could use some editors if you have some video editing skills. We can definitely try and get you some compensation for that. This year, I do have limited sponsors. They're basically what are called booth sponsors, which means that I'll go to their booth and I'll record video for them to get the priority of the scheduling of the video, so they can have their people there to do the video and go from there. I got a few of those, but I can always use extra sponsors. If you want to help sponsor the channel, let me know, and I'll send you the one sheet that explains what that can all entail. So that is, and of course, this is more than CES. If you want to do it for NAMM, if you want to do it for South by Southwest, if you want to do it for any of the events that I go to throughout the year, NAV's coming up. Mobile World Congress, I'm trying to get that onto my radar, all that other stuff. If you want to help out with that, please give me a call, give me a tweet, give me a DM, and let's talk about this, and let's get you on the schedule for 2020, because I want to make this a big year for Geekazine. As you saw on the live channel, we have over 250 videos from all around the world of this content. And of course, with this Bell's palsy, it's going to make it a lot tougher for me to create content, but I'm not giving up on that. And I hope you don't give up on me on that too, because I think that I really want Geekazine to take it to the next level. And I'm going to try and get on live a lot more and do a lot more content for you in this next year. And it all starts with CES 2020. So thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment over on Geekazine. You know there's a bell notification on geekazine.com to let you know when the next article comes up. That's pretty cool as well. And of course, youtube.com, you can also hit that bell notification to get the content that you want. So thanks a lot for watching. You guys have a great holiday season. Have a great new year. 2020 coming up. CES, just amazing. I can't wait for it to happen. And until next time, you guys geek out and take care.